Good morning, my friends, my family, my enemies. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC, and I wanted to do a quick update on the test knives, and I wanted to just talk about something real quick that I woke up to this morning. So I woke up to some messages and some comments asking for my input in regard to that Russian, scale maker or whatever. I think his name is Aramis or something, coming to get a work visa and come to work for River's Edge. And people were asking me for my input and what I think about that, and I just wanted to kind of squash that right now. I have no input, I have no comment, and please stop asking me to talk about that whole thing. It's already water under the bridge. It's already said and done. And I'm not going to reopen that can of worms and put my 2 cents in about what I think of that situation. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Don't even bother DMing me being all right, in the DMs, tell me really what's up. What do you think? Please don't do that, because I genuinely have nothing to say about it, and I wish everyone involved the best. I genuinely do wish everyone moving forward the best. There are no grudges, there's no nothing. I don't have time for that. So, no comment, okay? I ain't gonna get sued. I got nothing to say. So let's just talk about the test knives, because I kind of noticed something recently that I think is cool. So, as you guys know, this month we are testing, if I can get my shit together here. I keep thinking this button isn't completely buttoned in because of the angle, but it is. It's bothering me. Okay. So, this month we are testing the Hogue Mini RSK up against the Benchmade Mini Grip, and then we have the Hogue Deca up against the Benchmade Bugout. We're in week 2 of testing. And I saw it in the comments numerous times that people think that the Mini RSK from Hogue kind of replicates the Benchmade Mini Freak more so than the Benchmade Mini Grip. Now, the only reason I put these two together was because, from my understanding, Doug Ritter was in the works with Benchmade originally on a mini grip type knife that he would have been involved with, but then he kind of left the Benchmade scene and went to Hogue. I do not know all the details, nor do I care. So that's the only reason why I did the comparison with the mini grip, because I thought that they were the most comparable, because this was supposed to be a Doug Ritter thing, and there were Doug Ritter mini grips made with this blade, okay? I am realizing now that this does look very much like the Mini Freak from Benchmade, and that maybe would have been a better comparison. I do not have a Mini Freak, so therefore I cannot do that testing. But I do see the resemblance of this maybe being comparable to the Mini Freak. I see that. So thank you for pointing that out. I am aware, and I wish that I could have brought one of those into the testing. I don't have one. Nicole does. Maybe I can borrow hers to do some comparisons. She wouldn't mind at all. So maybe I can do that. But yeah, I do see that. But that whole comparison thing kind of opened my eyes, and I was thinking, you know what? In use, I'm actually kind of seeing that the Benchmade Bugout has a decent amount of comparisons to the Mini RSK. Now, you may be looking at first glance and thinking they don't really look anything alike. I don't think that's valid. Well, in use, in performance, the blade shapes in particular are very similar. So I have mentioned numerous times throughout the testing updates that the blade on the Mini Grip versus the Mini RSK, super different because of those grinds, right? This is almost like a saber grind, someone pointed out. So these blade shapes going head to head have been completely different. However, the Mini RSK versus the Bugout blades are actually super similar, because they're very slicey, they're both drop points, they're both around the same size. The Bugout just has a little bit of length, but very similar blades. So I am going to interrupt my own testing a hair, and I am going to start using these together just to see how these are head to head, because the blade shapes are super comparable. So we are still including all 4 knives. I'm just going to throw these 2 in my pocket for a little bit and use them side by side and see what we think about that, because I do think it's a valid comparison. And although I don't have a mini freak to test and use unless I use Nicole's, I do have these to kind of compare, which I also think is a great point, because I have heard rumor, I don't know if this is true, but I have heard rumor that they are discontinuing the Griptilian family, both the full size and the mini. I have no idea if that's true, but so we might not even be able to get these anymore, which means that maybe I should do a more present comparison with 2 knives that are absolutely, in production, available, etc., that are also very comparable. Both of these you can still buy, and I have not heard anything about either of these being discontinued. If anything, they're growing. So we're going to run these today. I have to go work on the campers. It's my day off from my normal full-time job, so I'll be at the campers all day until tonight working on those, and I'm going to run these head to head. And then one other thing I just wanted to get you guys' input on, and please be honest, if you don't want to hear or see about this, please just let me know what you think, because I'm curious. I did the review on the waxed canvas pants the other day, and it did very well. I'm thinking that may have been also because I did a total clickbait title, which I love those. And I talked about some other interesting stuff too. So I'm not sure if the pants were an attraction point originally to the video, but either way, the video did well, and people seem to be talking about the pants in the comments, which I love. I love sparking conversation. So I'm wondering if you guys would like to see more work clothes, work boots, etc. reviews or content on them, because that's a whole other world that I'm very intrigued about, that I don't make content on, because I did not think that you guys would be interested in clothing and work gear. But it's something I've always been super involved in. Even growing up, my dad had old wool products and stuff, and socks, I remember, and long johns and stuff from his father, my grandfather, and they were American made, old school wool products, really good stuff. And my dad had a bunch of old just work gear. So I grew up knowing about companies like Filson, for example, which granted they are doing a lot of stuff overseas now, but basically it's always been or LL Bean, LL Bean's good stuff. I've always just been aware of those companies who make more old school, tried and true wool products and canvas products and stuff, right? And they've always been part of my work clothing setup. So I'm wondering if you guys would be interested in me testing more wax canvas products, my work vest here, or maybe sweatshirts or jackets or boots or socks, or hats, anything, because I have a decent amount of that stuff. So just let me know down in the comments if that would be an interest point. If you guys don't think it would be interesting at all, just be honest and let me know. But I would be kind of curious, because I have some stuff that I've been using for 10 plus years that I could very much do reviews on. I have a lot of work gear. I have a Carhartt jacket, which granted, Carhartt, I don't buy anything from them any longer just because they've changed. But I do have Carhartt gear from when I was 15 or 16 that I still use to this day. I have cotton duck jackets that I've had since I was in high school that I still use. I have all kinds of old crusty sweatshirts and gear that I could definitely do comparisons and reviews and stuff on. And yeah, just let me know what you think about that. that might be a fun kind of world to dive into on the channel. But if nobody wants to see it, then I may not dabble in that as much. But I think I do want to do a review at some point on my vest here, just because this is, again, another thing that I don't talk about stuff like this a lot, but when you're working, at least for me, because I wear men's pants, the pockets are crazy deep on my pants. They go down like half of my leg. So when I'm working, every time that I need one of my pocket tools or something, it isn't super convenient to like stand up, dig down into my pocket, fish things out, and then use them, and I don't have a tool belt. So, like this vest, super useful, for example, because I can put my most used tools right on my chest pocket, pen, pry bar, carpenter's pencil, stuff like that, pocket knife in there. I can put stuff on my chest, and it's way easier to grab and use it when I'm working than digging into my pants pockets. So yeah, just let me know what you think about doing some reviews on some work clothing and work gear. That's all I have for today. I gotta go bust my balls over at the campers. We're really, we really got a lot to do on those. And yeah, there's a lot to do. So I gotta go work on those. I will see you guys later. Go use your shit. I love you all. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thank you for the kind words and compliments and stuff. Thank you to my friend in Maine who offered a whole bunch of insulation for our campers that I may go pick up. It's a 5-hour drive. Ugh, but it might be worth it. So thank you for your contribution, and thank you, Justin, from Engineer's Perspective. He is sending some hand tools over that he had, extra ones that he offered for the channel and for us to use and stuff. So those will be here hopefully within the next few days. And again, if you don't wish to go to the GoFundMe and put money into that, I totally understand. At this point, that's kind of like a Patreon. But if you do not believe in any of that and you would rather not donate at all, or donate tools or clothing, warm clothing or something, anything, like all of it is so appreciated. Like Justin reaching out about the tools is like incredible, because now Nicole and I will each have our own tools and we won't have to share stuff and like take turns with things. So that's like equally as helpful as money. Like, do not feel obligated to give us anything at all, but if you want to give us like tools to use on the channel and test instead of money, we're totally open to it. Same with like warm jackets or warm gloves, or if you have any ideas on those types of things to use and test on the channel and to keep us warm while we're working, like please don't feel obligated to talk about money. That is not something we're like fishing for here. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Again, thank you, Justin, and thank you to our friend in Maine. I don't know if Justin has a YouTube channel. That's why I'm using his name. I don't know about the other person. I don't know if he would want his name used, so I'm just not saying it. But thank you guys so much. I will see you guys soon. Go use your shit. I love you all. I will see you on the next video. Take care.